What are the mini pockets?
You're on camera.
Hi. This is not candid.
Welcome back, everybody. You may be wondering why this is all in the back of our camper and why it's dark outside other than these lovely lights on the shed, and why I have a helper. I don't know why I have a helper, because I'm helpless. Yeah, it's kind of cold. So this is some foam. We got a couple different pieces here. It's for a couple different things. One is for the windows. We're going to make some window coverings for this window, that window, you can't see it, the front windshield, although all the windows that aren't insulated, we're going to make removable covers with this foam inside of them so we can take the covers on and off the windows and help insulate. Like, it's kind of cold here right now. It's upper 20s, low 30s. We're planning on going camping this weekend, is why we're out here doing this right now, and the kids are in bed. So I can't currently roll down the windows on the camper, so we're going to use our Suburban as a template. Roll down the windows, hold the foam up, mark it, cut it out, and we'll at least have our foam for camping this weekend. We're not going to get them all sewed up yet, but we'll at least have it for camping. So that's what we're going to do before we freeze to death. Hey, the side windows, they were easy. You're in the way.
I'll move.
Side windows are easy. We got those marked. Now we gotta do this other piece. Is it already up there? Or take it up there?
I don't know what to do with it.
Or do I put it in the... Oh, it's over here. Over here. We gotta try to get the windshield piece. We gotta get the windshield piece, and we can't take the windshield out to do that very easily, so we're just gonna have to get as close as we can on it. Not really.
You can make my life so much easier.
Yeah, sure.
Things that don't make any sense.
Okay. There's frost on the windshield.
Okay, can you roll it under a little bit? Just to give us a smidge of extra because you want a little bit extra on each side. So if you roll it under instead of tucking it to the corner. Or over, either way.
I think we just go ahead and cut it while we're here. But it's going to be almost easier to cut it than mark it.
This is your... You can do it. Oh, look here. There's a nice little hat.
Yeah, it's not quite tall enough to actually cover. And that windshield is curved on the bottom, too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not really curved at the top.
Would it be easier to go from the outside for this?
Maybe. I thought about that. You just can't tell where the windshield actually is from the outside.
But you need a little extra.
Well, you can't tell how much extra you're getting, though.
But you need a little extra. And it's probably will compress. Right?
Well, you want it to fit somewhat proper.
So you have to have like an inch extra all around for it to stay in there snug when you stick it in there.
I said, bring the light back. Can you grab that other piece?
Si, senor.
This is all 1-inch foam that we're using for the windows to insulate. And then we've got, this is the bed, and what we've had on it hasn't been very comfortable. No, I need it back here.
You need it back here?
Yeah, I need it here. I'm just going to measure. We don't even have to do anything here.
Okay.
We've got a 2-inch foam to make a mattress for this out of. So this is 24 inches wide. Should be, yeah, that should be just about right. So we just need to make it 24 by 51. Probably go ahead and do it like 52.
53.
53, an inch on either side for compression.
Yeah. For compression and make a cover for it.
Okay, we will. I guess I can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take this piece. Oh my. Can you get me a level so I have a straight edge? And that needs to. This needs to move. Can you move this?
See.
It's in my way.
See.
Yes, it's in there. Let's see how.
Can't help it that you have so much stuff in your
hair. So much foam in here. There's foam everywhere. What did I say? 54? 53.
This is straight.
No, that is not straight. Get me a level.
Where is it?
In the trailer.
I didn't see it.
It's in there. There's 2 of them in there. Can't do it with an 8-foot 2x4. There's not room. Right here. I don't know what you're talking about. I just found it. I was wrong. It was in the shed, not in the trailer. Alright.
You say your shed? It was in your shed.
Well, I thought it was in the trailer, but it wasn't. I don't know if that's straight, but it's... It'll be pretty close. Here, put that up.
In your shed or your trailer?
Either one. Oh. Huh? I'm allergic to the cold.
Me too.
Why don't we take it inside to cut it where it's warm? We need something to cut it on. Yeah, I need the... Not the box cutter. It's a razor knife.
What's the difference?
Box cutter sounds sissy.
It's a box cutter.
It's a razor
I
knife.
used it to cut a box earlier today, so.
Yeah, let's just take this little piece of wood inside,
very good, sir.
and we'll cut on it on the floor where it's warm.
Okay.
How about that? Let's
Sounds
do that.
good. Here.
Let's do that.
Here,
Okay.
I'll take the board and the shirt.
I don't think you need the knife.
We'll put it up then.
You'll hurt somebody with the knife.
Do you want the
I'll
knife?
carry the knife. You can carry it, it's fine.
I cut all the tabs off my guy's box to cover up all those one spot.
I guess that is a box cutter then if you're cutting open a diaper box. I guess I can't say it's sissy. Sounds like something a mom would say.
Motherly.
A box cutter? It's a razor knife. It's for cutting off fingers. Get this inside, and then we'll cut these pieces out, and hopefully they fit, and we'll probably just duct tape them up enough to go on our trip this weekend. I think we're going camping anyway. It's kind of cold right now, so it would be a good test of these, plus all the spray foam installation I did on the rest camera, so should be interesting. So,
Didn't give me very much on that end.
that's fine, I just don't have to cut it down there now. So, I'll just
Start here-ish.
cut this part. What'd you do with the knife?
I put it down.
Can't cut it without a knife.
I forgot I didn't give it to you. Here you go, kind stuff.
Don't throw it out.
I'm not going
See a shark?
Is it sharp? I imagine it is sharp to some extent.
Ish. Not a very good knife.
It's not like amazing.
All right. So we go. Whoop-a-doop and
It's a little foam. It's not going to cut that spectacularly. Would you like me to hold the ends to help hold it taut?
What I need is. Let me go get.
A better tool?
No. Well, yeah, you got the tool together. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Let me go get another board so I can compress it. And when you compress
That
it,
makes
then it'll cut
sense.
easier. Let's do this side because it's got a sharper blade on it.
Okay, so you want this side or this side? This side would be better, right?
I'm gonna kind of do
That will work.
about like that, and that will kind of give us our
Line-ish?
our
I'm
inch
not
that you want.
helping you at all.
Useless. Useless.
What? That looks terrible, dude.
We didn't cut it all that great. Let's just try. This is a sharp blade, but it's still not.
Want to use scissors? Why don't we just use scissors?
No.
Why?
Scissors won't work very well.
Why?
Because scissors aren't made for things like this. Not
Why?
regular scissors, anyway.
I can use my other scissors.
Give me your fabric scissors.
Do you think this will work well? Can I try? May I try, my dear?
You can try.
Oh, that's just beautiful. Look at this.
Okay, quit cutting the snow. Give me those scissors. That was my idea. Don't throw sharp objects at me.
Beautiful, beautiful cutting edge there. So much
Very,
easier.
very surprising.
Why do we try to do things the hard way?
Usually a razor knife works pretty good for stuff like that.
It sounded like a good idea.
It's almost like it's kind of sticky. Like it.
Might be the type of foam it is. Like if it was styrofoam, this
Yeah,
wouldn't work.
styrofoam, you just. it would
But
cut
the
it real
razor
easy.
blade would be beautiful on it.
Yeah, this wouldn't cut styrofoam.
So. Yay.
All right, we got them cut out. We're gonna kind of test fit them and see if they're fitting okay. They're gonna be covered in material later on, so that's gonna alter how they fit a little bit. But we'll test fit them for now and see what it's looking like.
The interior curvature is smaller than the exterior because it's inside of the curve.
Right. So
So
it's a little off.
it's like 6 inches off.
Yeah, I told you I measured it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's really hard to see, but okay. It will work for now. We'll trim
We tuck
later.
it in a little bit. Tuck it over there a little bit.
Tuck it like that for now.
Yeah, fine.
We're gonna get some duct tape or something and tape it up, so don't worry about it too much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna. That one's definitely not gonna stay.
Mattress?
I didn't figure that one would stay. Yeah, let's see if our mattress fits. Surely we got that right.
I mean, well, I should be 2 inches too short now. Ooh,
It should be a couple inches extra.
that's
Yeah. That's gonna be so much better than that blue foam that was stiff as a board.
Yep.
That's gonna be comfy, especially when we get it sealed up and mattressed.
Okay, that's for. Oh, this one. Let's see about this one over here.
Those should be relatively close, right?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, we got the extra because we were
Yeah, we should have a little bit extra.
Which is okay.
Because it didn't quite get much extra on the... Oh, it's just catching.
It's caught. And it's
Okay.
not up there all the way.
That's going to work pretty
That's
good
gonna
then.
be good.
Yeah.
Oh.
1 inch was perfect to fill that little bit of gap. We'll call it good for now, I guess.
Yay.
That'll help with the temperature control in here a little bit. Seal up the windows. Keep that cold air off the windshield. That'll be big.
We could
The back window, we
tape
can
up
probably...
the blue over it for this trip.
We've got enough pieces in there. We could kind of make something to put over it. We'd get most of the back window covered. That's what we've got left inside. There'll just be a little on the ends. But they'll be okay. It's going to be pretty quiet in here once we get that done. We might take a piece and put it on the fan there too. When we're not using the fan,
Yeah.
take a piece of that 2 inch to stick in there.
What size is this fan?
I don't know. We'd have to measure it. It's
Not quite a cubit.
Nobody uses cubits.
To here.
Okay.
Fingertips to here. We
Yeah,
can measure
well-
when we get inside.
We can measure it. We can cut a piece of that 2 inch that it might not quite fill it, but it'll be pretty close.
It's square. So yeah. So there.
It's gonna be sealed up in here. Alrighty, that's all for now. I guess. I don't know where this will be in the video. We'll just see. We'll see. You'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Hindsight is 2020.
But we're gonna go camping. We think.
Hopefully.
We'll see how tomorrow goes. Maybe go camping. We'll see. All right. We're done for tonight.
Let's go.
Hey everybody, I've had a couple questions on the campers. I'm going to address those here real quick. One of the big things people ask me about, I've had multiple people ask me about, is how I did the tongue, because I didn't really cover that very well on any of my videos. I kind of did that before I started doing the videos on the camper. So I'm going to run over it real quick. So obviously this used to be a Suburban. I took the quarter panels, hood, grill, all that stuff off, and then I cut. Right here is where I cut the frame. So right here, this is original Suburban frame. You can kind of see it over here. Right there, this is frame. So then I went and bought this tongue, this whole assembly off of Facebook. It was off of like a 32-foot RV that someone had disassembled. So I bought that, and it was just a triangle, and I cut it right here and over here, and I bent it to get it straight so it would line up with the Suburban frame. I bent it, and then I welded that joint back. So then I lined it up with the frame, and what you can see is what I did is I slid it back into the frame. These two bolts here and here, that it extends back to right about here and stops. And then I put these two, these are 3/4 inch bolts, I believe. I think they're grade 8s. I got the heaviest duty stuff I could find. I put those in there on both sides, and I bolted in place. So I've got about 16 inches of this frame here sliding back into the original tube frame of the Suburban. And then after that, my welding isn't pretty, just ignore that, but I welded it all the way down this side, and then I added this piece of angle iron right here. I notched into the frame right back here. I notched it into the frame, slid it into the frame there, welded it back in there, and then I welded it on the front and on the side to help with any other up and down movement. So I'm not gonna say it's the best. I'm no engineer. I'm not gonna say it's fantastic, but so far it's working pretty good. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm keeping a real close eye on it because that's, you know, that's kind of a big fail point if something starts going wrong there. My biggest concern is these joints right here that I welded, where I bent it and welded it back. That's my biggest concern on something actually breaking on it, so I'm keeping a real close eye on those. Eventually, I'm probably gonna go away from the regular ball hitch, and I'll probably cut this off. I may run a straight piece of square tubing back in here, and this is the brace where the transmission would sit, and that's another brace where the transfer case, I think, partially sits on that. I may end up running a piece of square tubing from here all the way back into there and tie all this in even more to strengthen a little bit, and then probably switch from the 2-inch receiver ball to one of the overlanding trailer. They make one that has a lot more flexibility and articulation and everything up and down for when you're towing off-road and stuff. So I'll probably put one of those on. You're being a nut. I'll probably put one of those on at some point. I just don't know when. That's kind of down the road. I'm not really, people keep saying clean the front up, you know, put some metal on it. I'm going to at some point. The front is not done. It should look cleaner than this. The main reason I haven't done anything else on the front yet is because I'm still waiting to figure out everything else. The other big thing people always say is it must be tongue heavy. It's too tongue heavy. Yes, it's a little too tongue heavy. No, I'm not worried about it. A little extra tongue weight is better than not enough tongue weight. And I'm not done with the back. When I get done with the back, it's not going to be as tongue heavy. That's why I'm not building out the rest of the front yet, is because the back's not done. I want to get the back done. Then I'll see where I'm at on weight distribution and overall weight. And then I'll know if I can add anything else on the front. If I can't, I won't. If I can add a little weight without an issue, I'll build a little bit more stuff up there. But the back is far from done. We've still got the entire kitchen to build out, which is going to have a fridge in it, storage compartment, stove, food, water. I've still got solar to put on here. I'm going to have solar panels on it. I'm going to have batteries. Those are hopefully going to go in the back, down low. I haven't decided exactly where yet, but that's going to happen. I'm still trying to decide if I want to go with just batteries or go with something like a Gold Zero or something like that. I haven't decided yet. Still trying to make up my mind. So that's all going to go hopefully as far back as I can push it to help balance out the weight. And then I also plan on replacing the rear bumper at some point, and that is probably going to have like I'm hoping nobody makes this basically for this, or that I can afford, so I'm probably going to make my own. But I'm hoping to do like a dual swing out with a spare tire, maybe some jerry cans or some other stuff I'll probably put on the bumper at some point. So the back end has a lot of work yet to do, so that's going to change how I finish out the front end. So that'll help with weight distribution. And I also, sometimes you may see some pictures, sometimes I pull this canoe trailer behind this trailer. And that may sound a little crazy, which it is, but that extra weight back here, because I've got plenty of tongue weight, I can pull a second trailer behind this. This is super light, doesn't weigh very much at all, but I can pull it behind this and it stays stable. If I didn't have good tongue weight, I wouldn't be able to do that at all. It would be completely ridiculous, unsafe, and be all over the place. But I have pulled that. I've also pulled a little boat behind it, and it pulls fine. So I'm not going to pull that on like an interstate or anything. That's going to be lower speed stuff because it's not as safe as some things, but it's overall fairly safe. So it's not an issue. It pulls good. So that's kind of the rundown on some of that. Had a lot of people ask me about the front end and the tongue weight and some stuff like that. I haven't weighed any of this yet. I'll weigh it when I get done. That'll dictate a few things, about the axle. If I'm too heavy when I get done, I'll have to replace the factory Suburban axle, and I'll probably go with axle-less type Timbren. I think it's Timbren suspension type thing. They make some that are rated for like 10,000 pounds and stuff. So Not that I'm gonna be that heavy, I hope. Better not be. So yes, it's heavy, yes, it's different, yes, it's got tongue weight. No, I'm not worried about it. When I'm done, we'll see if it's an issue. I bet it's not going to be an issue at all. I don't have a problem pulling it with our Suburban right now, period. It pulls great. One other thing, while I'm talking about it, one thing people say is, why do this and why not just get an enclosed cargo trailer like this bad boy and just build it out? Because I have an enclosed cargo trailer. This is my company trailer, but I've pulled this pretty extensively. I've pulled it all around the state. This is a 16 foot. I've pulled a 14 foot from Arkansas all the way to Chicago with our Suburban over there. And the reason I do not want one of those to build out is because the clearance factor, look how low that is versus the Suburban. It's massive, and the Suburban's still going to go up more by the time I get done with it. You cannot pull this on a lot of the places I've already pulled our trailer. It won't work without just ripping the bottom out of it. The dual axle would be nice on this rig, but that's not possible with what I've got. So that's one of the reasons I'm not doing something like this. Also, this is much wider. Your visibility is terrible on this when you're going down the road. You can't see who's behind you and stuff like that. The Suburban trailer is it's the same width as the vehicle, so I actually have pretty good visibility for the size of trailer it is. I still have pretty good visibility. Also, look at the height difference in these things. Yes, this has way more space and this is way shorter, but the aerodynamics on these, night and day difference, especially running down the interstate at 70 or something. This is the same height as our Suburban. It tracks perfectly behind it. The aerodynamics are one of the best I've ever got on a trailer besides like a utility trailer. This thing is like pushing air all the time. It's terrible. It's a nightmare. It really doesn't pull well. I can pull it with a Suburban, but it does not pull well. And then on long trips, I don't like pulling it behind a Suburban. It just doesn't pull that good. Weight wise, these are probably going to end up being very similar in weight. So that's some of my reasons. At some point I'll do a full video on why I'm building this and everything, but that's a couple of questions people have asked me, a couple of my reasons, kind of cover the tongue a little bit. Hopefully that kind of answers your questions on that, and the weight ratio stuff. We'll just wait and see. It will get better, but I think that's all right now. We just got back from camping. That's why this thing's got mud on the tongue and everything. Look, another nice sunset. I do love a good sunset. We can focus on it there. There we go. Look at it. Oh yeah. Yep, I do like a good sunset. So yeah, stay tuned for video for next week. We just went camping this week just for a day, but we went camping out in the Ozarks for a night and then did some hiking and stuff. We're gonna cover all that in our next video, I believe. But come back for that because it's pretty cool. There's a lot of beautiful places out in the Ozarks, and we really have fun going out there. And hopefully we can encourage some of you to get out there, especially if you got kids. That's one of the big things we want to try to encourage people on, is doing things with their kids and spending time as a family. You don't have to overland by yourself. If you want to call it overlanding, camping, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it, you don't have to do it by yourself. You can do it with your kids, big or small, doesn't matter. It changes how you do it, but you can do it. So come back next week for that video and see how this thing's working for us out there in the woods. So that's all for today, and we'll see you next time.